Hello, I'm Shay K Photo, and I just wanted to make this live for you guys. I know that getting in front of the camera is scary. It doesn't have to be. I want to walk you through what it's really like to shoot with me, what it's like to go through that process of inquiring, and that process of shooting the engagements, the bridals, and your wedding day. So, if you're going to inquire, you're going to go to my website, shaykphotography.com. You're going to click contact. I like to say pics or it didn't happen because, did anything really happen if you didn't have pictures of it? So you're going to fill out this form. You're going to put your full name, your partner's name, if you're doing, a wedding shoot. You're going to put your email so I can reach out to you. The phone number is optional. Your project date, so this would be like your wedding day. The venue of your wedding would go here. And if you're looking for a wedding, you just go down to this. What are you hoping to get out of your session or your wedding? Like what do you have in mind? What are your visions? Tell me more about you. So after you submit that, I'll reach out to you with a pricing guide. And this kind of goes over all my different packages, all my different prices and things like that. My hope and my mission. My business isn't just about pictures, it's about people. It's not about weddings, it's about you guys. It's not about transactions, it's about relationships. I'm very inspired by relationships, not just transactions. I genuinely believe in that. So you'd go to the next. We would connect via phone call or Zoom call, whichever you prefer. It's important for me to have that connection with someone before sending them a contract or anything like that. So after our first phone call or video call, we decide if we're a good fit. And you'll pay a 25% retainer after I send the invoice and contract. And that can all be made online through my Honeybook portal. I'll send you my wedding guide, a list of vendor recommendations, education on first looks and timelines, and then we'll skip to the engagement session. So this is one of my favorite parts of the wedding process. It really gives us an opportunity to get to know each other a little bit better, kind of break the ice, see how comfortable you guys are with each other and how you guys interact. It is really one of my favorite things, and that's why it's included in almost every one of my packages. And then we talk about the planning process. I love being a part of the wedding planning process. I love creating timelines with you. I love helping you know what works the best, what I've seen work the best times for lighting, all that jazz. And then we talk about the wedding day. So I show up 15 minutes to 30 minutes early to make sure I get a good lay of the land. I get to know your family a little bit better, and I get detail shots, things like that. And then we'll start with the ceremony. Your gallery. So once all your edits are complete, you will receive an online gallery of hundreds of images. I am an overshooter, I'm an over editor. I love pictures. I love giving as many pictures as I can. So my minimum is 50 pictures per hour, but you can expect a lot more than that. Awesome. So once you've decided your pricing, you click next. And this is kind of a fun little thing that says if you're a shaky couple, you might be into these things like video games or Twilight or hang out with your dog, fun things like that. Okay, this is where my pricing is. So you can select the Pro Wedding package. This is great for like LDS couples. If you're just wanting like 4 hours, an hour at the temple, 3 hours at the reception, or an hour at the temple, hour at the luncheon, 2 hours at the reception, this would be perfect for you guys. But this doesn't include bridals engagements, which is hard. The silver package does, though. That does include bridals and formals, and it's only $375 more. And bridals are also 90 minutes, and that includes a lot more pictures. So my gold wedding package, I would say this is the most popular one. You get engagements, bridals, and 5 hours of wedding day coverage. So you kind of get the best of everything. And then if you want any add-ons, we can add an additional hour of coverage. You can add a boudoir session if you'd like. That's kind of popular these days. And then you schedule a consultation call with me. All right, after you're done with that, we will go over to the contract. I will fill out your names and all the event information, where your engagements are going to be, where your bridals are going to be, where the ceremony is going to be held, reception, everything like that. This just goes over my policies, my cancellation policy, digital media, pricing, all that kind of things, responsibilities, image processing. This also serves as a model release form, so I can post your pictures, but I also always ask if you're okay with me posting your pictures before actually doing so. And then we'd sign and move to the invoice. But a month before your wedding day, I'll send you a wedding questionnaire to make sure I have like all the basics and making sure I understand your vision for your wedding day. So I make sure that I know your preferred names, even though I most likely already do, but just to double check. Also, if you have preferred pronouns, love to double check that. Of course, I would know your wedding date by now. And so I would get your ceremony address, your reception address, your wedding colors. If you have any difficult deaths or divorces I should know about before it comes to group photos on your wedding day. We go over the timeline once more. We talk about your bridal party. And then this is one of the things that couples really love about this questionnaire. I go over like almost every different combination of group photos we can get, and you can select all that apply to you, which is really fun. So after that, I have like a photo shot list of all the group photos that you want, and I schedule that out in your timeline. And so I'll already have it to go. I'll let people know ahead of time, okay, we're doing this group next, and then this group next, and then this group next, and then people are more ready for that, and that can run more smoothly. We talk about couple photos, everything else photo related. I like to do these detail shots, and I ask if you want me to take the time out of your day to do those. If you appreciate black and white photos. If you need a vendor list, I ask again, hey, do you need any of these last minute vendors? Let me know. I can reach out to some. I ask to get your videographer's business profile so I can get in touch with them and kind of plan ahead with them, get to know them a little bit better before your wedding day. Awesome. This just talks about your reception, all the events that you'll be participating in, so I can be prepared ahead of time. And I ask if you have any other questions for me. And then we also schedule another call 2 weeks out of your wedding day as well. And so, yeah, that's how that works. I'm going to show you a person who did the gold package. So they got everything, plus they also got a proposal in their package, which was an add-on. It was like one of the engagement add-ons. Yeah, this would also count as an engagement. So Emma got proposed to. She didn't know about the shoot. Her husband asked me to come out, or her then fiance, now husband, asked me to come out and photograph her proposal, which was so fun. It was totally a surprise, and it was just the best. So I got them started with just some regular pictures. You know, I just made them pose, just made them think it was like a really fun photo shoot. And then I was there for the actual proposal, which was fun. And you can tell there are hundreds and hundreds of pictures in this gallery. And then we also did some engagements. And as you can see, I send over my galleries over a service called PicTime. So that goes to your email. They're all high resolution. They're laid out really nicely so you can see all of them. And then I also advise you to bring more outfits just to get a good diverse gallery. So we started off here with leaves. You can see there's like tons of photos here. We got tons of really awesome stuff here. And as you can see, I'm not really like the look at the picture, smile and say cheese type of photographer. I give you a lot of prompts like piggyback rides, looking at each other, laughing, things that just don't feel awkward and feel more natural. You know, walk and laugh at each other, kiss, you know, dance with each other. I really like to do stuff like that. And of course I'll get like headshots, you know, for grandma and whatever. But like, yeah, just like little fun prompts like that I think are really fun. So I organized this gallery into different subjects. You know, we were in a field for this one, and then we went to a fence. As you can tell, I love the running and walking ones, the ones where you're like looking like you're playing with each other. I just think that's so fun. And then we got some, we changed outfits, and we did a really fun creative session with like the car mirror. I love when couples come with ideas and tell me what things that really matter to them. Emma really likes her car and wanted to incorporate it into the shoot somehow, and we did that, and it was super fun. And we did one more in a different outfit, very more casual, on a blanket in the street. It was super fun. Okay, and then next we'll do your bridals. Bridals can be after the wedding, it can be before the wedding. I personally like to schedule bridals a month before the wedding, just so you can have time to get them printed for the reception. But it's totally up to your preference on when you want to do that, because first looks at the wedding are also really popular these days too. But in Utah, people really like to get bridals done ahead of time to get that first look captured. So we went to Moab for these bridals. Emma was super gorgeous in this dress. Yeah, and as you can just see, like, tons and tons of pictures. Lots to choose from. I make sure to get both pictures of the bride and the groom. Lots of different poses. Far away shots, close-up shots, and I'm posing you the whole way. I make sure to get detail shots of your bouquet. Things like that. Oh, and then the wedding day. So this is also their full gallery. I make sure to get tons and tons of detail shots. I got pictures of Emma getting ready. I get pictures of your family there, your friends. All her friends were getting ready in these cute little robes. Got some pictures of her too. Pictures of her getting into her dress by her mom. This was really tender and sweet. I love pictures like this. And then here's the first look with her dad. I always recommend these two. Very precious. They did like a first touch on the side of the door. And of course, no two weddings are the same. So we will go over your timeline and make it catered just for you. This was fun. They did a little lightsaber fight. I love when couples do weird things like this. You know, let's just try to figure out how to incorporate you into your wedding day. You know what I mean? And we did group photos. We put together that timeline ahead of time to see exactly what she wanted. And then we went from there. Like every single combination of people she wanted. And so we got that. I make sure to get fun bridal party photos too. Candid prompts, things like that. Laughing at each other. I love it. Super cute. And then this is really cool too. I always make sure to leave time for couple photos on your wedding too. So you get the bridals, and then you also get time with just your significant other and me at your venue location. I just take you guys away for a little bit while people are setting up for the reception. So after the ceremony, after the group pictures, I'll take you guys out and just get pictures of you. Whatever we didn't get the bridals, we can get here. Super fun. And the reception, I use my flash, make it look like a party. It's just the best. And so, as you can see, there's just tons and tons of pictures. Like, I think I sent them 1,000 pictures. So yeah, that's kind of how it goes. Are there any questions? Do I need to know how to pose? No, you absolutely do not need to know how to pose. I will guide you through every step of the way. This is the thing that I'm best at doing, posing people, knowing what looks good on them, and guiding you through every step of the way. Please don't worry about posing. If you want to look up inspo, you totally can. I also meant to mention that I will also send you a couple outfit guide for your engagements, just to give you some ideas. And then I also help put together a vision board for your engagements. So if you're asking what to wear, I send you a guide for how to do that. And then I'll also give additional tips for the type of location that you're at too. So it'll all be catered to what you're wanting. Awesome. Well, thanks so much for tuning in, you guys. Yeah, talk to you later.